And we are officially on the road to WrestleMania!
Right.
And our point was less awkward than Rousey's.
Yeah! That's a bit awkward.
Welcome to, the basically the Rumble Review Chambers special Fast Lane Semi Road to WrestleMania! Yes! Thank you for sticking with us. I'm your host, Tugboat, and it is an honour always to do this show, but I can't do it on my own. So I have the lovely panel with me, starting off with the world's randiest man. It's Randy David Farrington!
Hey.
How you doing, Dave? You good?
Randy.
I'm trying to be calm.
No, good. He ain't got a semi yet, so we're all right. And next to him is, it's a big Liam. He's a big bad Liam. How you doing, Liam?
Good. I'm in shot today, so I'm quite happy.
Yeah, in shot. It's quite hard in this new thing to get you in shot.
Yeah, it's hard when I stand up.
Well, you are the world's largest panellist.
We have to base the set around you, pretty
I know.
much.
Well, the show is based around me realistically, isn't it, guys?
Okay.
That's to the fans.
And of course, next to the world's largest ego, it's the one, the only, the showstopper, Adam Schofield.
Of course. I was going to say. Jesus. I know I'm the be-all and end-all of this show, but a large ego I am not.
And I also want to congratulate you, Schofield, on becoming the new graphics man on SmackDown.
I kept that one quiet.
Yeah.
I went to the guys who were in charge of that part of WWE, and Vince had this vision, and I went, all right, well, I can provide you with really shitty words going across the screen.
We
will look great.
We've got the phone call. It was, you know what? We need that Adam Schofield from Loose Trunks, because I want shit words popping up like turd, feces, and poo. Yeah, can you do it?
I can do that.
And of course, next to him, it is my love child and my love enemy. It's the one, the only, Adam Bomb Machiavelli! No!
I was being
Why are you
nice.
knowing me?
And cheering.
No.
How you doing, Ad? You good?
All right, yeah, I'm good.
Good.
Pumped for the show. Lots to talk about.
There is a lot to chat about. So, let's start off with what a lot of fans have said is the greatest Rumble in recent years. Were we happy with both the winners? Starting off with you, Dave.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, it was a lot better than what it has been in recent years. It was nice that the Rumble didn't resolve purely around Roman Reigns, because at Loose Trunks, it's cool not to like Roman Reigns.
Boo that man! Boo!
So yeah, it was nice. It was a nice, refreshing change. Are we surprised with the winners? Are we?
I think the actual winners were quite predictable, but the actual Rumbles themselves weren't.
Some nice
predictable
surprises
and
in there,
stuff
Ad.
Yeah.
What did you like about the Rumble? Any special appearances
I
you
thought
liked?
the old what's his name, Mr. Helms coming back, old Hurricane Helms.
Damn right!
Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through.
Dum, 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 dum.
That's a
high
Lewis
quality
Trunks
shit.
thing.
That's enough about Hurricane Helms. So you were happy with the winners.
He was happy.
Schofield?
I don't get the problem with the winners being obvious, because like the last few years they've tried to go against obvious and everyone's fucking hated it. So for once they actually went with winners, well specifically Shinsuke, that the crowd actually wanted to win, and it was fucking amazing. It was fantastic.
I can kind of see where you're coming from. I mean, for me personally,
For you it sucks. Your face.
yeah, but I mean, it was at the time.
You've got to be
During 1 and 2, the last 2 left in the ring, I was thinking,
It's Roman Reigns and Shinsuke Nakamura.
What do I do?
it was like,
hate.
honestly, it was like, what would I rather? Watch my mum get pounded or watch my nan get pounded? They were both awful choices.
Watch your nan get pounded.
Yeah,
clearly.
clearly.
I agree.
It's the nicer one out of the 2, believe me.
Myself and Adam marked out completely.
Yeah, it was amazing.
when
Yeah,
Shinsuke
he won.
It was
So-
really good.
Thank God
Ian,
he
was
fucking
you
knocked out
happy?
Reigns.
I thought Rumble was superb, apart from one thing fucked me off so much.
What, that Kane isn't champion?
No. That did annoy me. That did annoy me.
That Dolph Ziggler didn't win and cash in for the US title.
That upset me.
I was for one
What-
surprise.
What actually annoyed me more though, we've got, like, you can have anyone come back for the Rumble. Why is Seth and Cesaro in it for over like 40 odd minutes when they had a match later?
Yeah,
because it was so early
I
on.
agree
I'm
with
just sitting
that,
there going, well,
There's
Seth,
no
you're
reason for them to be
gonna be so tired for this title defense. You're being a silly boy. You're not gonna win because we know you're not gonna win because you're not booked to win. So get out the ring.
Yeah, no,
Should have
I-
done a Gal Kim and just rolled himself out.
I agreed with that. And we got a bit of breaking news coming in over the last month. Enzo Amore's been sacked! See you later, Enzo! Goodbye! Tony bye!
That's really
Being
awkward. The
a
boys in
potential
TNA will need that.
Yeah, well, fuck 'em. We don't need it anymore.
He was
So,
being a bit rapey.
yeah, he was a bit rapey. The realest rapist in the room is gone, and so it is. Can you handle this, Rick Swan?
Yeah, amicably,
Handlers.
apparently. Yeah, they parted ways.
Parted ways.
Parted ways. is
Do you
how it
reckon he
works.
danced as he was leaving the office?
What? So Vince said, "You're fine."
He said no to WWE because WWE cannot handle this.
It's
Yeah.
him. So.
Can't handle.
I mean, neither can his wife, but.
Right, let's get through that.
Wow. The case was dropped.
Yep. But clearly,
But if you can't
wasn't
keep
dropped
your
enough.
life, who
The
can?
damage was clearly
so as you know, we are now. The Royal Rumble is done. We've got one thing maybe set in place in the form of AJ Styles versus Nakamura. So we're going to start off with an old school segment called SmackDown is on Tuesday, SmackDown is on Tuesday, SmackDown is on Tuesday, SmackDown. Whoa!
It's been a while.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so SmackDown. The land of opportunity or the land of dull, miserable, boring, can't bear to watch shit.
Whoa.
In my eyes.
I mean, man, it's pretty alright.
You're a Raw fanboy.
No, because look, I'm going to drop a bit of truth here, pipe bomb for you. Even though it's rare for your host Tugboat to be chatting about SmackDown, one of my favourites is Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Before they decided to burn and ruin his gimmick, Baron Corbin, and he is the best person in ring. There is no one better than AJ Styles in the ring. And I'm going to start off with my first point that I'm rather fucked off about. Those boys up there, the New Day, this is something that's infuriated you, Dave. It infuriates me. The fucking pancakes.
The pancakes are cool.
The pancakes are fucking shit.
Big E didn't even eat one. Didn't even eat one. He didn't want to eat them. So he's promoting saying he doesn't even like. What the fuck?
It's true though. It was so fucking stupid. And the thing was, there was no sauce. What angered me as a fat man.
Is this what happened on?
Yeah. It's what
Some
happened.
Nutella on it, some banana.
I missed this past week's SmackDown. so
It
I'm a
was
bit-
fucking.
Basically, Big E
awful.
tried to break the world record for eating pancakes, but just
okay.
Didn't even eat
any.
one.
Yeah.
Didn't even finish one.
That's fair play.
I mean,
It was the
not,
sentiment that
not just that. It's just like, for me, the New Day, we spoke about this, they kind of need to go to singles competition now, like, free bird
Do
like
they?
the US
Push
title or
Kofi.
something.
But do they? Though?
Yeah, push Kofi.
Kofi.
Fucking
I don't
hashtag
to go.
push Kofi.
Well, I don't understand why they have to. They're entertaining. They're still entertaining.
They're a bit stale
There's-
now.
yeah,
Whoa.
but everyone said that when they were on Raw, and then they moved over to SmackDown, so they'll probably just get traded again over there. But the fact of the matter is, they're entertaining enough without the titles or anything like that,
Liam,
and
they
he's
still
pushing
get
other
that
tag
KO.
teams. He's pushing other tag teams.
Did you actually find that pancake segment entertaining this week on SmackDown? Please answer me honestly.
No, but
because
there's 100 other segments recently they've been in that I found entertaining. The stuff with Boogeyman on the fucking Raw 25, whatever it was actually one of the best segments, though.
Yeah,
was actually one of the best segments of the night
But-
with the worms and everything like that. So, and even Kofi doing with the pancakes at the Rumble was pretty good. I can't say that I don't enjoy it every time they're on TV.
I'll just say that Corey Graves did spout this week. He said, "Why is pancakes falling out of cereal box? If you're going to go full in on the New Day pancake,
Fine,
right?
man.
Put them in a New Day fucking pancake box. You done it with Bootios, like." You tried it with the juice, New Day
Sure.
box.
Have you had like nothing to do and just complain about these pancakes?
No, I think I get both sides of New Day because the problem with New Day, yes, they are that entertaining tag team, so they can really do whatever the fuck they want. Like they'll still be able to do stuff. And the pancakes thing it's random for the sake of being random, really. The problem is that where they are a tag team, there's only so much they can do without holding the titles. You can't have them going for a title run forever and not hold them permanently. So like we mentioned earlier about them doing a single run. I think they should do a single run because then it's something new for them to do whilst being more of a staple.
It creates a whole new
rather than
dynamic.
a tag team.
But the problem is with WWE, if they do a single one, they're going to break up. That's the end of it. Yeah, that's always happens.
they
Always
have
will
to,
happen.
yeah.
And the thing as well is why they're not with the tag team titles is giving everyone else a push on it. That's what happened with Raw. Without the New Day, we would not have Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah, no,
And stuff like that. And that's
no.
what's going to happen. And
I'm not-
I know what you're saying. I do agree with you. I'd like them to have a singles run, see if they can freebet whatever. But the fact is, it's WWE. It's not us. They're gonna break them up. That's what they'll do if they go for a
break 'em up.
singles.
So I don't think they will.
We're going too
So,
far with this. Like, it's not a case of them breaking up.
No.
It's not a case of other tag teams giving them a chance. Yes, they're out of the tag team picture, which yes, it is a good thing. Gives other tag teams a
Yeah, of
chance.
course it
But
does.
they need to do something.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they have to break
Well,
up.
they've been doing their same old shtick for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
or
if
something.
anything-
So-
if anything as well.
I just think they've gone a
It'll
bit
be fresh
stagnant.
if they did something
And
else.
chatting about things that have gone stagnant, obviously Baron Corbin has wormed his way into the main event at Fastlane, including the returning stealing the show.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Or-
Right.
Or just why? I mean, I'm a big fan of Dolph Ziggler. I've said it many of a time, but I've got to admit, his return on Rumble was wasted because he lasted all of one competitor. If
But the pop was huge though.
His pop was huge because people thought, "Fuck
Yeah,
me,
I
he's
know,
going to
it's
win
gonna be
it.
great.
He's going to win it." But one person later, he's out and just completely killed
Yeah,
all relevancy of Dolph Ziggler to me.
Baron and Ziggler's careers are very similar in the sense that 1 second WWE are like, yeah, go on, we love you, push, and then they go, oh, actually, I changed my mind.
Well,
And that's the big problem.
But see, the thing is as well, I mean, fair play, Dolph, your plans worked. You've got a new contract, so congratulations. And I am happy about that. And I do hope you get your WrestleMania match. I don't think it's happening now.
No.
I mean,
can't
we've
see
got,
him getting a high
we've got a
profile match at
five-way
Mania.
dance between Ziggler, Corbin, the Yet Movement in Zayn and Owens, who, by the way, have been the only positives on SmackDown in my eyes, and AJ Styles. But it's a rare thing where you've got a pay-per-view with 5 people in it and 1 face.
Here's my
It is
problem,
old.
right? I've got
true.
the problem with Ziggler, as silly as it sounds, it even winds me up. His entrance, in order for the scratch at the start, there has to be music. It doesn't work.
It comes out to
Yeah,
scratch.
why is it this a scratch and then the music? If he's going over as a heel or if he's going over the face, why have the scratchiness still? It should just be his music. It doesn't. Is he a heel? Is he a face? No one bloody knows. I've not explained.
He looked like he didn't even fucking know this week.
Why did
Well,
they
if
drop the
he's-
title on him? Like, they've not even explained that still, really. And oh yeah, I returned because I'm going to be given a WWE title shot. Come on,
Like his whole
like-
story.
I don't think
His whole story of leaving and coming back made no sense. Like there was no
Exactly.
story.
There was no
whatsoever.
story.
Unless he's
Like
given,
he should have come back for an actual reason.
unless he's given a
just not.
fucking huge push, and there is one rumour. What I mean is about 30-1, but I have read it in a few places.
He's going to win the Rumble and
Is-
fight for the US.
No. It
I mean,
is-
the Rumble's already gone now.
It's,
We've already had the Rumble.
it's
My bad.
alongside that
Next
sort
is-
of thing. It's rumoured that he might be going up against Taker, what would be just Madness.
Ziggler?
Yeah.
It's random as fuck, and I
One,
don't.
why the fuck would that be a match for Ziggler? And two, don't bring Taker back.
But it'd be mental, wouldn't
He
it?
cannot
But
fucking walk.
That
It
is
would be
just,
it would be left field, but
that
no.
is just a rumour. Just a rumour.
Going back a little bit, I don't get why Ziggler and Corbin are in a match. I feel like they've lost all momentum and they've just kind of thrown them into this opportunity. And I think that shows a lack of depth to the SmackDown roster at the minute. Because all you got, Nakamura's locked into WrestleMania.
Yep.
So he can't do anything WWE title-wise. So all you got is AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, who even Sami, at this point in his career, is arguably a bit of a stretch for that kind of opportunity. Corbin's been buried quite a few times through no fault of his own.
Not even in the top 10 list of SmackDown.
And then Ziggler has had this kind of wishy-washy story of him going off and coming back.
For
again.
me, SmackDown seems very confusing. They're just going, yeah, there you go.
No,
let's put this
there.
in.
No.
The entire Dillinger being 10 in that top 10 wank list. It's a wank
Oh,
list.
the whole 10
list
is
makes-
fucking shit.
I'm not
It
sure
makes
why
no
it's-
sense.
No,
Makes
idea
no
why in the
sense.
top 10
There's
list.
no point in the top 10 list.
It's embarrassing.
rubbish.
I mean, when you look at it, and Randy Orton's nine. I don't like Randy Orton, but
It was
you
like
look at it, and you've got fucking. You've got someone that is. What's his fucking name? Jinder Mahal, right? Jinder Mahal has been more relevant than Ty Dillinger. And Jinder ain't even on that fucking list. I mean, it's a disgrace.
It was
Just
pretty
because
random,
he's
yeah.
number 10. Fuck off,
It was like they had
no
like-
one cares.
It was like they had 10 spare minutes on the show. I thought, fuck it, we'll do a top 10 list for no reason.
It's absolute bullshit. Like this week in SmackDown was really, really poor booking. You already knew it was going to be bad when you had no AJ Styles on the show and no Nakamura, and you're trying to build the road to WrestleMania, right? How can you not have these two big stars not in the show, and then to have two main events with 4 heels, 2 matches against each other? What they should have done is think, what we should do is have a heel versus a face. Oh, who's a face at the moment who's not doing anything on the show today? Rusev. I'll tell you what, let's have Rusev against Kevin Owens, and if Rusev wins, then he can
He's the
take
most
Kevin
over
Owens'
guy.
place.
He's the most over guy.
Owens could have beaten him, but at least you've got something that the audience actually wants to see.
Face at the moment.
The thing is, Rusev is a face.
Yeah.
He's only a face because of the
Thing is,
reactions he
Bruce,
gets,
yeah,
but-
Rusev, we got to remember, we're only looking at the reactions that he gets on TV, and there's a couple times on TV where you can audibly hear it is that hardcore section of the crowd going
Yeah,
for it. It's
doing
not the
the-
whole
And
crowd.
I'd say
So
Kevin Owens.
you can't,
I think
like,
his
for all we
character's
know, on his live
fundamentally a
shows, you
heel
might not
still.
get that reaction.
I'd say Kevin Owens and Rusev very similar, where I think they're portraying heels but coming off as faces because we enjoy it so
Well,
much.
let's
Kevin Owens is
let's
different
just put
to
it
Rusev
this
and
way,
that.
because I don't want to chat about SmackDown all day. But can you see AJ Styles losing that match?
No. Because if they
So
don't,
we've got to watch
they
5
have
weeks
they have
of a
to do
build-up
AJ
on a match that,
Nakamura.
or 3-4 weeks, whatever, on a match that we know. is
I've
foregone
already said
conclusion.
my dream is Mania. As much as I'd love to see AJ Nakamura, but I've seen it. I'd prefer to see the Fatal 4-Way, which is Sami, Kevin
Yeah.
Owens, Nakamura, and
said.
AJ. That's just me personally. I've seen that. I've seen that singles match several times in New Japan. I'm not trying to just say
it's
that.
not been on the
but-
WWE
No, I
stage.
know, and it's going to be a sellout. It's going to be one of the greatest matches of all time. I genuinely believe that. But I'm actually I'm really enjoying the build up of Sami. Kevin, who's going to turn on who's, and I don't actually know it. Actually,
Accordingly-
I'm being truthfully honest. Daniel Bryan has been the most relevant he has been, in my opinion, since he actually retired. As a GM, he's really come into this role with those two.
The rumours are that KO and Sami fight, and they have Shane and Daniel Bryan in
Yeah.
either corner for
How's
them.
that one going to work?
Yeah, fuck knows. I don't
weird,
know, but that
yeah.
is accordingly what's on the
They could do like a fatal.
writer's ideas at the mind.
From that, they could do a triple threat with KO, Sammy, and Shane. couldn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, they could
Something
be,
like
but
that.
I just, I don't know.
Actually,
they need the drafts back.
that's more likely.
They could work.
Yeah.
Triple threat between
With
KO,
like Daniel,
Sami and Shane.
with Daniel
Shane.
Bryan as the
What would be
special
a cool
guest ref, that
match?
could work.
That would be a
That
cool
could
match.
work.
Called
That
it.
could work.
Called it.
Yeah,
I
all
mean,
right, you called it. You
this
had it first.
This man called Ellsworth in a dog chain. So
I did. I don't remember doing
Chatting
it, but I
about
did it.
Four things that happened. She tried to cash in.
I thought it was
he
superb.
did try to cash in.
Didn't work, did it?
Yeah, but I thought it was superb.
No, it's good that
She
it was.
wasn't gonna do it.
She
that
came
had
out and I went fucking mental. I was like, she's going to cash in. She's going to. And it was so much better than a Jinder failed attempt.
It was
At
the
least she
most
still got
relevant
it.
for me. Any moment has been for the women of SmackDown in the last 3 months because Charlotte as a face doesn't work.
Yep.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
The right
She's-
squad,
She's
the right
wank
squad
squad.
are just yes, I like
Wank
that.
squad.
1, 2, 3, wank
wank
squad. They are fucking awful. They are like.
I wouldn't say they're awful.
Oh no,
they
that
are.
They're better
Sarah Logan is one of the driest bits of salmon I've ever seen in a ring. She's awful.
She needs
They're
some
better
work,
than Absolution.
but- Yeah, they're better than Absolution.
No, Absolution look like a team.
No, they don't. Riot Squad look
They
like a
don't,
team.
yeah.
And this
Like,
is
they
the
feel
issue.
like a team.
This is actually the
Absolution
thing,
just
yeah.
feel like two lackeys.
Like, they're actually- they work together.
Can wrestle because they've not announced the fact that she's fucking retired. But
Yeah, and that's the
I
other
don't
thing with
know.
Absolution. I
I'm still
thought
the other
Riot
way.
Squad would now get the push that they were getting on Raw.
The women's
and they're
division
not.
of SmackDown
Maybe they
shit.
will.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest, it's shit.
Yeah,
no, it's not shit. It's just
not.
no, it's not shit.
Piss poor compared to Raw.
It's always been alright. It's just Raw more recently, especially,
Yeah.
has really started. getting
Raw had
good.
two interesting
Yeah.
women matches. It's got me interested in Bayley and Sasha, and it's got me interested in Bliss and
Granted, Raw's got Rousey.
So,
and
right,
intrigue
be-
around
be-
that.
Before we go
we'll
on
get
to
to
the
Raw.
before we get to the Raw, I'm just going to quickly announce a sad moment. But this month's die.
No die.
I feel so bad.
It's Charlotte Flair.
Really? She's how is she doing?
mad.
So she's going to be in.
She hasn't she's been wrestling the Riot Squad. I mean, this is a woman who a year ago had me eating out the palm of her hand at everything she'd done. She has become so irrelevant in my eyes. The
think
whole
she's
thing
just-
with
How
Rousey
shit,
at the
how?
end.
Yeah, exactly. How's that irrelevant?
This is the
She's not
thing. How do you
irrelevant.
know
She's just-
that Asuka's not going to jump to SmackDown and face
Yeah.
Charlotte? They for all
And
we know.
that'll make
Because
her
she's a
relevant
very easy
until
to do
then.
it,
The reason
yeah.
why this whole
I agree
Riot
with
Squad
that.
thing's
She's the
happening is because
champion.
this can carry her until
Well, it's just a
Elimination
bit of
Chamber.
filler until till
It
Chamber.
could be, but for me at the
So-
moment, I just think, like her being friends with people like don't get me wrong, Becky Lynch, I can just about stifle it, but her being friends with Naomi doesn't work. Naomi should be an enemy to her.
Yeah, but
I don't care that
right,
Naomi is a
but-
face. Naomi should be an enemy to her.
But what's going to happen is the same as it's always happened in history with champions like Charlotte. She will turn eventually. Yeah. At the moment, she's a face because we have the Riot Squad, and I don't deny they're booking the Riot Squad poorly. Yeah. They should be pushing more and attacking more, everything like that. But she will turn. Yeah, and the fact is, we are going to have a massive match with her at WrestleMania. So I don't understand why she Royal Rumble. The last scene we see, even if you think it was a dud or not, it was still one of the biggest, most talked about things that's happened in wrestling probably in about 3 years.
But
at
I'm
least.
going to just put it there.
And I'm sorry,
There's been people in the past that have died and they've come back from the grave. The club are a prime example, and I still believe in you, Charlotte. But at the moment, you are dead.
I think
She's
that's
not
ridiculous. I
dead.
think it's ridiculous.
She's going to be. She's going to be in one of the
ridiculous.
biggest matches at
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Unless you can think of a better dying
Hawkins.
later on in the show, and you can say,
Why later on? Why not now?
wait.
Well, I want you to think about it. You can't just
Ty
give off.
Dillinger, Baron Corbin. We can on SmackDown. You can list hundreds.
I mean, Ty Dillinger is a very good shout for them.
Ty Dillinger's
Actually,
literally.
you know what, Lee?
We're going to change it.
The only time he's
We're going to
irrelevant
change
is
it
when a
right
10
here.
comes up.
Ty Dillinger, you should be in that top 10 list.
Yeah.
You, my friend, are officially died. Right, anyway, moving on. We are coming up to one of my favourite pay-per-views, the Elimination Chamber. Won by this
One
man
by
here last year.
Shawn Michaels, the first one though, everyone. So don't know if you know that.
No
Shawn
one
Michaels.
remembers that
Shawn
one.
Michaels, you know HBK,
Well,
Heartbreak Kid.
Funny enough, we had a few
Do you know?
comments.
Look at that's him there. WrestleMania in the background. Don't know if you lot can see that WrestleMania back. That's Chris Jericho, but Shawn Michaels, yeah.
We had a few comments on it.
Never
A few
actually
people
put
did
him
pick
there.
that one as their favourite matches, so thank you very
A
much for
few
that.
people, as in Liam.
As in Liam.
No, actual.
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't
You'll
really
see
about
comments
five
appearing
accounts
right
being
here.
made?
Oh, sorry,
And here-
it was Liam
I agree
and
with you
Joe
all.
Max commented on it as well.
No, Joe Max didn't comment on
agree
it.
with all
But
of
I will give you a list quickly. So, you've got HBK, Triple H, Cena, Lashley,
Leslie.
Undertaker, Edge,
Great shame that one.
Y2J, Punk, Daniel Bryan, Jack Swagger, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt.
Oh, sorry, this is winners.
Yeah, they're
Sorry,
winners.
I thought you were saying like a
Fucking
really
Swagger in this.
Yeah,
exaggerated.
Swagger. I mean, that was a great
these
year.
people.
That was such a curveball. That
be
was
fair,
to
Lashley's
our
on
first
the list.
Lashley's
WrestleMania.
dreadful.
When Swagger won that, we were like, yep, I'm so glad
Oh,
we
that,
get that
yeah.
play.
Oh, great swag.
I'm so glad I got that tattoo as well, but that's more about that later. We know something for sure. Obviously, the women are going to have their first ever chamber match. And we know one thing for sure, and that this is a given, that it will no way be as bad as that tag team one
Oh my
a couple
God, no.
years
That
ago
wasn't that bad.
when the New
No,
Day
the tag
one.
team one was
Oh, fucking
The thing is, they've got the women have a distinct advantage, and to be honest, anyone from last year onwards have a distinct advantage where the cage has been designed with the wrestlers in mind.
Oh yeah, it's a great.
Whereas the,
it's a great
previous
chamber.
one, the original chamber,
What, the big
looked
circle
amazing,
one?
and I still think the new Elimination Chamber looks like a crock of shit. But
Not as good
it
as the
does.
giant
It
dome
looks like an
thing.
absolute crock of shit. But it's very, very good to deliver an entertaining match. Whereas the old one looked fucking amazing, but you could do fuck all in it because every time you wanted to stand on the top rope, you had to stand like that and then break Triple H's throat in half because you couldn't fucking jump properly.
My favourite person
So-
of all time in chamber history has got to be Mark Henry still. Mark Henry.
What did he do?
Do you not remember that?
I want when
year?
he busted out the pod wrong and then it fucked up the entire match.
That's it.
Because he sort of broke it and then went back in his
Oh,
pod
it
for a
was
bit.
genius.
And
It
just
was
stood
genius.
there until
But then
Ziggler
once-
said, get the fuck out.
Then once he finally got in, he did fucking destroy everyone. But and obviously a notable cause was the epic IC title one when a certain someone had to advocate his belt, and Ryback won it, who's rumoured to
Great.
be in the Hall of Fame next
Apparently,
year.
yeah,
gonna be
going
in the
right
Hall of
back
Fame.
himself.
He's only rumoured himself, the dumb fuck. Oh, by the way, I've been Liam Cohen. Sam, I don't know if you know who else is rumoured. Me, because if Ryback can throw out there, I want to be in there as well, Vince.
You can be in the Loose Trunks Hall of Fame,
Yeah,
maybe.
With the greats.
Next
Oh
year,
wait,
next year,
that
next
leads us on to something very important. Before, so sorry to sidetrack you, but we are happy to announce this year's very first Hall of Fame class 2018. 1, 2, 3, boom! Hey, congratulations!
You just said I made it and I'm not even on there.
I mean, I'm sorry
Next
I
year
didn't
you
make
got
the list.
We
next
met next
year.
year, yeah.
Next year, Liam, you could be.
Back to
God,
the
I've
Elimination
lost
Chamber.
myself.
Yeah, I mean,
Chamber.
random. I like it. But yeah, no, Elimination Chamber. We have. Let's start from the bottom. We've got Rousey, who is officially signing her Raw contract. What makes the whole thing with the Charlotte stare down seem really fucking weird?
I guess at the time it's a case of you didn't know what she was going to do, so maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it's that.
But you never
But,
know. It could be a trade before.
I would have preferred
Could be
if
a
they had
trade.
both the GMs there at the time, like a classic Batista moment. And I don't mean to just say it because it was Batista, but
That was the thing,
who
though, yeah.
who is he going to sign for?
gonna go for?
If she dropped everyone would have thought she was going for Charlotte. Everyone thought she was going to go for Charlotte, and she suddenly signs the Raw one. Anyone who's
mean-
watching that Raw pay-per-view
Yeah.
goes, "Oh bloody hell!"
There's
Well, that's not his
interesting.
foregone
But
conclusion.
the reason why she did it at Rumble is because it was Horsewoman versus Horsewoman. That's why. So we had that little bit, and then Asuka bit was a little bit weird. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think it's going to be Ronda Asuka. So I do actually think maybe Asuka's either going to SmackDown, or I think Charlotte could go Raw and.
I don't think
vice
Well,
Ronda's
versa.
funny,
gonna be
you've
in
touched
a
upon
title match, I reckon.
you've touched upon the next match and the first match because there's not a lot of matches announced, and we are going to start with Asuka versus Nia
Nia's
Jax.
going to do it. I reckon she's going to break the streak. I do.
That'll be an awful time to break the
Yeah.
streak.
I'll tell you what,
Change
Dave,
it.
I'm
They're
with you,
building
bro.
up this whole run
If
to
she
beat
does it,
Asuka
I'll pop.
WrestleMania.
Ways to
No.
kill someone's
Exactly.
momentum after winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Kill her like several year undefeated streak.
Was it? It'll be like a
Just
Bailey
before
winning the
she's in a
title before
WrestleMania match for the
WrestleMania,
title.
like last year when Bailey won the title before
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
no, that is a perfect
completely
example.
Yeah.
blowing your load.
Yeah.
too
And
soon.
Charlotte never lost a pay per view.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
Charlotte's
dreadful.
The road to WrestleMania, anything can happen. Like,
But we don't
Yeah,
want
it
it
is.
to happen.
honestly,
Yeah, if they pull the plug at Elimination Chamber, it's another example of
Yeah.
what you guys just said with Charlotte last year with the pay-per-view
Yeah.
streak and
Well,
Bailey
Bailey
winning it too
overcoming
early.
the
It's
Charlotte,
blowing
yeah.
the lows too early.
It
But,
would make no sense.
So obviously, if she wins, none of you see it, bar Dave.
I reckon her and Bliss again at Mania. Like,
I reckon they can still have that.
Yeah, I mean,
they can still
I
have
reckon
that.
that's going to happen because I reckon Ronda's going to be doing this weird
Stephanie
tag match
thing.
with Steph and Triple H.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Because
So
the
that's
thing
more
as
of a
well,
hot-
the
like,
thing,
it's more
the
of a
thing
high
as well
profile
with the Asuka thing is like, it's better her going in like as
What's
like
Mania as a-
undefeated,
yeah.
everything like that.
Well, yeah.
So you assume like with the Undertaker streaks, all that. Oh, she's going to win. She's going to win the championship. Oh, and then say she doesn't, you're going to be like, oh fucking hell, they didn't do it. or if she does, you're still going to be happy because she's
I'll
fucking
be a great man.
Yeah.
If she doesn't win that Mania, I'll love
it'd be
it.
superb. It'd be superb.
Not
in a sense
because I'm not her biggest fan. I'm slowly coming round to her. And matches like she had with Sasha Banks on Raw,
Yeah,
what
that was a great match. That one.
fucking phenomenal.
For the last 2 weeks,
Like-
she's literally scraping away. Yeah, she's literally crawling out of that match.
Yeah.
just escaping.
But
Oh,
they
this
make her
is great.
seem
This
a
is-
bit
this is it. Now
vulnerable,
she's going
isn't
to lose
it?
it.
So-
Really, really
But
good.
that's great that she's not so overcome.
I thought it was very clever how
so
Nia
not
Jax
gold
come out
medal.
and just
Yeah.
annihilated the both of them last week.
Because
That was very
if
cool.
they both
Yeah.
lost to
Yeah.
Asuka and
Yeah.
she just took it. Yeah.
Ah, it was a cool
Yeah.
match.
Beautiful.
It was
no,
like,
they both almost beat Asuka.
yeah,
even.
it was like that does make this match very exciting.
It was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it makes Nia a actual threat.
But
I
it-
think.
the
Yeah.
thing
Nia
as
is a
well-
threat.
It's a believable character to beat the streak.
Yeah. And the thing as well with Nia is they've had to rewrite it because obviously someone got fucking fired.
Yep, some
So she was
dirty little
with that was a
Jersey
storyline
The,
there.
the only thing that kills it for me is the fact that me and Adam went to NXT Takeover London when we watched Nia Jax lose to Asuka.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry,
but
that was Bailey.
That was
Bailey,
that was
sorry.
Nia and Bailey. Yeah.
We watched Nia Jax lose to Bailey then.
Well, so I'm going to give you a
Which is
treatment there,
weird,
Ad, because that was a very Mark.
What?
Yeah, that
Did
was
you just call me a mark?
Yeah, I did. You.
That's it!
Yeah.
I'm done with this show! I'm gonna turn the fucking camera off! Adam, me on editing, get rid of fucking Sam and put a fucking hula hoop on his head now!
Mark, come back.
The thing is,
Polo! Marco!
oh well, you know, I mean, come on, Adam, I forgive you.
Are you actually going to put a hula hoop on his head?
Oh, please do it.
It's right
Is
there,
it?
you can see it.
Hula hoop.
Okay, you can get rid of it now, like future me, it's fine.
Like you have just made more work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I've kind of fucked myself over there.
Because you got those SmackDown videos to do as well.
So we're basically just saying that it is you're going for Asuka.
Asuka, yeah.
Don't be stupid as Asuka.
Nia all the way.
Love it,
Yeah.
Dave. You feel confident on this, don't you?
I do.
we want to bet!
Are you willing? Are you willing for a bet?
I'm not like most girls, so yeah, why not?
Yeah, he's willing for a bet. Dave, on our WrestleMania special, if Nia Jax doesn't win, you've got to dress up as Sable in the catsuit.
Yes!
What is it with you and Sable?
Wow, where do I find that?
I know sources. I used to work in a sex shop.
Right?
Seems only fair, Dave.
Yeah.
Have a look.
You gonna vote? You put your money
see what
where
you
your
can
mouth
do?
is.
You reckon you
Alright,
can
well, what am I going to get back?
You can pick a stipulation for me.
Right. Come on, guys, what are you thinking?
No, you just think.
Gosh, something a bit. Oh, no, it's a bit harsh.
You're a pussy.
Oh, no, it is now.
A tattoo of I love Asian wrestling on your body.
No, that's too much.
That
That's
is
too much.
And
That's
I
too
do
much.
love Asian wrestling. I really like Nakamura.
Would you like to think about it?
I would.
You can get
I
him to
would.
dress up as
I
Nakamura.
will post a video on the Facebook.
No, by the end of the show.
By the end of the show.
End of the
Right.
show. End of the show. It's on.
Here we go.
It's
By
on.
the end of the
It's there.
show, you have, and now you can do it whatever because
Yay.
Sam's already shaking
Exactly.
for
So,
I love
always
that.
on the finger.
It's amazing. We've actually gone for our loose trunks bet. We ain't had one of them for a while.
it. Trunks, better.
So that's 2 out of 4 things done for Chamber. It's not very
fucking
big.
hell, yeah.
So we are going for the first
Fucking hell.
ever women's Elimination Chamber. We've got Sonya Deville,
Why?
Mandy Rose.
Why?
Why?
Sure.
Well, I'm just going to put it out there.
Rose
She,
Gold is. By the
yeah,
way.
was good.
and she is my new. How I know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what love is. Ouch! Oh, fucking
You,
love
you,
her.
you could smash that on karaoke.
Thank you.
Turn it
Thank
down.
you. She's beautiful.
From that, what? So are they going to carry on the whole rose gold thing?
Don't
or-
know, maybe.
No,
potentially.
about
They should do.
about less, probably like 100,000 people watch Mixed Match Challenge. So
Oh,
like,
it was good. It was better. It's better than her being an absolution. Fuck it. Stick her
Yeah, I
with gold
agree.
dust.
It could happen after Mania. It could happen because
After
I think
Absolution.
they.
I hope so.
I think
It works.
Creative actually quite liked
Yeah.
it. Mickey James,
Mickey James is in it, yeah.
She's in it.
Real. She's in it.
Bailey,
Bailey's in it, yeah.
Of course
Bailey,
Bailey's got
who
it.
for me feels like old Bailey again.
Yeah, you're saying she's
Shit,
feeling like
yeah.
NXT
No,
Bailey.
ain't it, like she's good.
Yeah.
Adam,
Adam, you
I
are
can't put my
correct,
finger on
because
it.
she won a match.
No, I know what it is. I know what it is. She's getting carried like by Sasha, like she always is. And Sasha's going heel, and I love heel Sasha. And Bailey,
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we
she's
do
saying-
fucking
Yeah,
love
maybe
that.
it's Bailey going to turn heel.
oh, fuck off. Bailey
Yeah,
could
Bailey- that'd be- that'd be
Bailey's
shit if
idea
Bailey
of
said
heel is going, oh, I just had a bit of your yogurt.
Well, let's quickly. So you're
shut
happy that she's feeling like the old Bailey?
I'm happy. Well,
And-
based on the most recent.
Can you give that
Raw-
man a hug? Give him a hug.
I'll hug him.
There you go. It feels like the old Bailey. Yeah.
Based on like, I think maybe it was just nostalgia kicking in for me because like the Sasha Bailey match as well,
Oh, great.
and Sasha,
emotional.
Sasha, I'm loving her lately because like she's getting closer and closer to what feels like an inevitable
a
heel
lot of hints
turn.
and-
When
And
Sasha
Sasha.
is at her best.
When Sasha is
Exactly.
heel, she's fucking fantastic.
There's no one on
Yeah.
her level bar Charlotte Flair as a heel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I
Bliss as
agree
well.
with you.
Yeah, no,
Bliss.
yeah, Bliss. I mean, but like
but
when
in
we're
terms
chatting
of,
about
you
the
know, when-
titans of,
Yeah.
Ultimately, Sasha is the person who like had a match with Bailey,
Yeah.
and then like when she had a like locked in the
Oh.
bank statement, fucking kicked the
Exactly,
shit
kicks
out
her
of
in
her
the
hand, and then went over to the Bailey fan that you guys hate and made her fucking cry.
and it
That's what you want
showed
from Sasha.
right here. Yes.
Yeah, but that's what you want from Sasha. She's
Yeah,
got
of
to
course
be
she
that.
does.
It's even like
that,
little
that
things with the
bitch boss
ropes the other
character that
day.
makes people cry.
I mean, she nearly died in that Asuka match the other week. I mean, that.
Thing is, she
That's
nearly dies in most.
She
of her
does go
matches.
all out for every match. There's always some weird dodgy spot.
But she's brought that fire back into a division that needed it.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, women this year, last year, have smashed it. They have smashed it. But just when all the hype, you need backing up and you need statements. No pun intended, but you need bank statements.
Ooh.
And that is what she's doing.
Smooth.
She is, yes.
That
very
pun was
smooth.
100% intended.
Yeah. It's honestly,
He wrote that 2 years ago, just said nothing's happened with Sasha for a bit.
I've been waiting. And finally, of course, we do have the champion who has the odds against her. Stacked against her.
She doesn't.
She's in the chamber match against
win it.
5 very deadly
Yeah,
women.
I still
Is she
think-
going to win it?
She's
No.
going to win it.
I still think she could win it unless they go down a Bailey Sasha route.
Yeah, but I think they. But the
still
thing
think
is,
she
as
will
well, I
win.
think actually, as WWE, and I think it's going to be very different this Mania, and the Rumble proved it, Chamber proved it, Hell in a Cell proved it. We keep thinking that we're only getting 2 women's matches, one from SmackDown, one from Raw. I think it's going to be a very women-heavy WrestleMania.
You know what? I think that
And,
as well.
and you have to
Well, it
remember,
is Year of the
them
Woman.
finishing,
Year of the Woman.
Yeah,
Ronda
them
Rousey.
finishing the Royal Rumble with the women's was massive.
We had a Big
and I
Brother house full of women.
massive. And I sat there when the men came on. I was like, "What? They're not doing the women's one now."
I reckon.
And I'm being honest, it's shocking that they went with the women.
Well,
I
it's
think
not
they're
shocking.
Gonna, no, it's shocking in the sense that it's never been done. I'm
Yeah,
not
but that's
dissing
'cause that
women's
match
wrestling,
has never been
but this is
done.
what I'm saying.
But
They're
I
pushing
think,
them.
I
so
think,
that was the reason
I
that
think
was
out of the
available.
2 Elimination Chamber matches, I think the women's one will be last.
Yeah,
not
so
just
do I.
because, not just because it's the first time ever, but because it's for the main women's championship.
Yeah.
Whereas the men's one is only for a #1 contendership. If you look at it logically, which
Yeah.
we know is WWE, so fuck logic. But and then Mania, what you were saying about there being more matches on there, I reckon genuinely there will be 3 women's matches on the main card and 1
Yeah.
on the pre-show.
Yeah,
Well,
so
there's
do I.
rumoured to have the 9th Wonder of the
What's that
World Battle Royale, just like the Andre the Giant one, where they're going to do the China one.
Yeah,
they're
I
gonna have a
rumours
China
about
thing,
that,
yeah.
well, even
Probably
now,
put her in the
mate,
Hall of Fame.
You know, it'd be someone
Yeah,
along
but-
that lines. It would be
Yeah,
a
that's
nice,
the
it'd be a
pre-show,
nice
right?
moment for
Just chuck all the
China.
women in a match,
Would be
Or
nice.
just put China in the Hall of Fame. She's, do you know what I mean? But only
reckon
first
they
one
might
to
do
win
it this
Intercontinental,
year,
be in the Rumble. She deserves it.
China deserves to be in the Rumble.
No, she was woman in the Rumble.
I was going to say she was in a Rumble.
That's
but
what I'm
that's
saying.
found on other websites.
She wasn't in the men's rumble though, was she?
So,
She was in the
is
Rumble.
Bliss
She was in
walking-
a man's rumble.
is Bliss walking out champion? Ad?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, but I'd love Sasha to win it. I actually would.
Yes.
I was thinking Sasha.
I'd love Sasha.
I'm
Full heel
I'm
Sasha.
I
going
reckon
for no.
No.
Who's got
for
then?
no.
Who you got then?
I'm going for full out Sasha Banks. I
Who,
think she's,
Sasha?
I think she's going to win it.
And lose it the next night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think that's what they will build the whole story.
Maybe if they do something shocking, so like Alexa goes out
gonna-
early even.
Yeah, because let's face it,
what's
that's my own.
Was it, I think
Not to go back to the Rumble, but that was the only poor bit of booking they'd done. right? They got the winner spot on because it carries on her building on her being undefeated and this all absorbing the Empress woman, whatever. But the last 3 was when I knew she'd already won. She was in there with both the Bella twins. They were never going to fucking make Brie or
I don't know. I
or
thought
Nikki
they
Bella
might have
won.
done with Nikki,
If
especially
it
when Nikki
Yeah,
turned
she
on
was just in
Brie.
there
Also,
at the high
can I just say
profile
one thing? I think I was correct in the Rumble thing. I just want to throw out there. I said Brie and Nikki Bella. He went, Brie won't be on it. Definitely Brie. And this is the man that apparently talks to Brie
I say
every
that?
day.
Oh, I remember that.
And
So-
she was in the Rumble. So I'd just like to say, fuck you.
Oh,
All right, I'm wrong.
Touchy.
Things got rather nasty.
But now,
there.
was it in the chamber? I reckon it'll be Bliss, Banks, and Bailey left.
Yeah.
And I reckon Bailey will roll up Sasha or something like that. And there'll be a shock moment for something like that. And then Bliss will come in and get the sneaky
Could
win.
Bailey win it?
Nah, Bailey won't win.
I mean, it'd be a huge moment. If
No,
she
There-
won.
I
there's
reckon
definitely going to be Banks and Bailey
there's gonna be a
shenanigans.
Banks Bailey thing that happens.
She
Yes.
won't walk into another Mania as champion.
Nah.
She did it last year. I can't see it again.
So, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to deliver. I do think it is going to deliver. But that leads us to one match that I know is going to deliver. Because what does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias!
Yeah.
You got John Cena. You got Braun! You got Finn Balor.
Yes.
You got Burn It Down! You got Seth Rollins, who's back in the game. You've got the A-list celebrity, The Miz, and you've got Roman Reigns. And I'm going to start off with a shocking statement here, that Reigns actually has been quite bearable.
I like
Yeah,
Reigns.
He's been
alright.
bearable, yeah.
Been alright.
He has a. I
he's still
also
great.
last week he had
I've
that
enjoyed
little
him for the
bit
last
of
couple of months.
thing when Rollins persuaded Angle to put him in the last chance match, and he was like, "Oh, so if you win, I can eliminate you out of this match like I did the Rumble," and I like that. And this is what's going to lead on to this moment here. That's going to shock all of you. 95% of my human core thinks they're going to go for the obvious, like everyone's thought for months. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble at WrestleMania. But the 5% of me, and I was saying this to Schofield the other day, has a feeling that WWE might be changing its mind on that match, and potentially we might just see a Rollins Reigns match
Yeah, I
at
agree.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I agree. I
So
100% agree.
I'm gonna say this here now first. Roman Reigns does not win.
What? So if Reigns don't win, then who do you think will win?
I think it's out of 3 people. So hear me out. John Cena
No.
to get his
Cena
record-breaking
No,
record-breaking
They'll do it at
championship.
Mania if he's going to do it.
Hasn't headlined WrestleMania for 5 years. Right? Because if he, I think Cena Lesnar is big enough. It's 2 big names.
If Cena's not facing Taker, then
You've got Finn Balor, who never lost a title.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's bigged him up a lot in the
Yeah,
past.
he has. Yeah.
could be good. The
Beast versus
the-
Demon. And then if it ain't that, then obviously it's got to be the one and only guy that they have built up so incredibly well. And I think it will hurt this man if he doesn't walk out the winner. And that is Braun Strowman. They're my. I know we've
Well,
got to pick one, but they are.
But-
it's going to be out of those 3 if it ain't Reigns.
I think it hurts anyone
Yeah,
in this
makes
match
sense.
if they don't actually win it in a way. Is that they've done such a top-heavy elimination chamber that if they don't win it, it does actually hurt.
Yeah, but it's a testament to the
Yeah.
To Raw.
Raw and people what they've created for themselves.
I don't think it hurts Elias. I love Elias, and
No,
Elias
yeah,
is one of
he's
the
in
most
there.
over people at the moment.
But-
I believe he could go on and win the
But the
Andre
thing
the
is,
Giant Battle Royal,
Braun-
and
Yeah, I
that's
reckon
still be
something like that would be
special.
alright for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Braun
that could work.
in an ideal world, what I'd like to see happen personally, I genuinely actually think, not just because we say it, I genuinely think Roman Reigns will win it. But I do actually think it's going to be Seth v. Rollins at WrestleMania. I do. And maybe a shock
Seth v.
Dean
Rollins.
comes back.
Seth is gonna
Yeah, he's going to fight himself.
I think it's going to be Seth versus Rollins.
You heard it here first.
It's his evil brother. No, Roman.
He's alive.
Roman versus Reigns. Roman versus Reigns. I'm awesome.
Wow.
I am awesome.
These matches are going to be amazing.
He's cracked under the pressure. It's going to be The versus Miz.
Rollins versus Reigns, but what I'd quite like to see after that kind of goes down, Braun destroys the chamber.
Yeah.
That actually, and I think that keeps
over the
Braun
chamber.
being, I'm this big monster. And I still keep saying what I want from Mania is Braun versus Kane in a retirement match.
That's-
Retired
that's
Kane.
awful.
I just want it to be retired.
Here's the thing, like, how does Braun get eliminated? Because is that over? The answer
There-
is Kane. I think
Yeah.
Kane is going to somehow
Yeah.
get in that chamber.
Oh, yeah.
awful.
It's awful,
Yeah.
but that's what's gonna happen.
Be awful.
There's two people that could come in
Why
and
does
fuck
no
it
one
for
love the
Braun.
Kane?
It will either be Kane or it will go down like a pile.
That-
A big
No, it
bag.
won't. I love it.
That would be a part
I love
of
it.
It would. That would be a pile.
No.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Kane, but the crowd
Oh, the big
would
red
boo the
monster.
shit out of it. And not just that. If it isn't him, it's going to set up a Triple H Braun Strowman thing.
Yeah,
that is
that
right
could
to
happen.
Mania.
What was I going to say? So, because I do still think it'll be Reigns. But now you said it, the whole idea of a Reigns-Rollins rivalry for Mania is pretty
That makes sense, yeah.
tantalising.
And it's massively.
There's a great
I
story
would
there.
actually really like to watch that
I'd love
match.
to watch that.
I'd rather have
I
that.
would
seen it
fucking-
before, but
I'd be
the
like,
build-up
yeah,
to
I'm
Mania
up for
would be
it.
Great.
I'd even believe it's his yard for an hour. I would.
Every time in big matches they've fought against each other, they've been superb.
That was a
But,
good match.
like, I know we do it and everyone does it. Roman isn't a bad worker. Yeah, and Roman's got a lot better on the mic. He's actually got a lot funnier. That
very
little
good.
segment
Yeah.
you were saying. I said before, one of my favourite bits was when the Gold was going with them in the tag team and saying stuff, and Roman was just like, "All right, mate, chill out, like simmer down." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not in the Shield. Like, it was brilliant, and I think even. Like, there's points where he's looked stupid on the mic, like me today, but there's other points where he's been superb.
I think it also depends on what Kurt Angle's doing for Mania, because
Yeah.
if he's having a match, there's rumours that him and Seth Rollins will even have a
Yeah,
match against each
yeah, I
other. And
can
you
see
can have
that.
Jason
With the work
Jordan
and
factor
things,
in there as well.
I don't think we
That's a
need
good
this
point.
many GMs though. We've got such strong
Yeah.
rosters both sides. We don't. At least with the Kevin Owens one, it makes sense to have at least Daniel or Shane in there. It's been such in the story. But if you're doing it, don't just put Kurt in a match because it's Kurt. Yeah, they blew that when Roman
That
was
was
injured.
well, that was just
We've
a
had
last
that
minute
moment.
thing.
They had
No,
to
but
play
what
that
I'm
once,
saying is,
didn't they?
we've had him in a match. I'd love to see him in a match, but we don't need to just put it because it's Mania. Yeah?
No.
It's the same with Taker. Don't bring Taker back. It doesn't need to happen. We have such a
we don't
stacked roster on both sides with people that are so over and they don't deserve to be on the pre-show like people were last year in the pre-show. And both those two people, Neville and Austin Aries, fucked off.
So a potential rivalry that could happen via, as I say, I think that Elias will just walk on and win the Battle Royal. I think he's destined
Yeah,
to do
that
that
makes
this year.
sense.
I think it'll be big enough.
Yeah.
He's a big enough star to make that match seem relevant for a load of weeks that they need building up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
If Cena doesn't win it, he will be having a feud with Balor.
Yeah.
Balor. You don't
Was
think
it-
Balor would be an IC title?
No, because I'd
If
tell
Cena
you
don't
now,
face Taker, I reckon against Balor could be good.
I don't
only
see.
if Balor turns heel. though.
After watching WrestleMania,
no, you don't
after
need
watching
Balor.
WrestleMania 24 on Orlando,
Yeah, but it goes-
I can't see Taker coming back. Taker didn't come back in his clobber on Raw 25. He come back just quite casual looking.
Never seen his hands
Taker.
before.
That was just an appearance
And
for a
he-
Yeah.
For me,
Scott Hall was back then as well.
you know,
He's
I
a
looked at
mate.
him and I thought, like, and he's my hero. I thought, fuck, you look old, and he looks done. He doesn't
Looks
look
done.
like he wants
Yeah,
to
he looks
wrestle
done.
anymore.
Yeah,
And you normally, when you saw him, you go, oh, he's been training. He didn't look like he'd been training.
Was it if you look at the WWE 24 thing now on Mania 34? He
Yeah.
looks really old after his match.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's got like a gut and.
He's just chatting about the fact that he's quite happy. He's quite happy with
Yeah.
that send off, and it was. Let's face it. If he leaves that, if that's the last match you ever see, he left that match in the same arena as the person that everyone says on Mount Rushmore of wrestling that Ric Flair is number one.
Yeah.
no longer is he number one because you've got Taker, who a lot of people would agree has
Retired in
surpassed.
the same stadium, yeah.
Retired in the same stadium.
Well, Ric Flair
Right.
retired.
Yes.
in the same
You know,
But that's the, do you know what? And that little bit's that valid point. I'm not just talking about it because he's my favourite, but
He would have chosen.
Shawn Michaels that retirement match with Shawn Michaels and Taker. I never want Shawn Michaels to wrestle again. He's my favourite. I love him completely. And Rick, I've always said it. I think when he went over to that other shitty TNA, he kind of ruined a little bit of his legacy because he didn't just retire in a great match. And Taker, it weren't the best match, but all you remember is that stuff in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
I don't even remember any of the spots or anything
Nah.
of that match. I just
Yeah,
remember
no,
the
it had
stuff
that
in
good
that
moment at the
ring
end.
because it was beautiful.
It was a big
Yeah.
moment. And don't
We
get me
don't
wrong,
need
the
him back.
disappointment of seeing Roman Reigns win, but you're bang on the money. That's exactly what you remember at the end of
Yeah.
that match.
Yeah.
You remember Taker putting his
You remember
What-
Shawn saying "I love you." You
I
remember
feel-
Taker beating Shawn. It's
I
amazing.
feel like we've sidetracked massively.
Yeah, we are sidetracked because
It's important.
it's going to be
The chamber,
It's
yeah.
going to be a Cena Balor if Cena doesn't win. Yeah, only because
See, I-
it's a big storyline for Balor. It's a big storyline for Cena. Two good stars, both can wrestle, both good brands.
Balor
It
needs a
works.
big match at Mania because he's never had one before. Yet he's
Yeah.
been in WWE for a long
Him
time.
versus Miz is not a
See,
big
I
match.
think him. Well, I don't know.
Oh, what
I
are
love
you
the
talking
Miz.
about?
I love the Miz.
I think him versus Miz could work.
I think it's
That would work
brilliant.
really well.
I think it's brilliant. They're both two of the best workers in the world, not just the company, but two of the best on the mic. They're two great over. One, and the fact is, we don't know if Finn's going to go heel row with the club or face club, and he's going to get the face club over. I like that now. And then, but the Miz is so over and so superb. But what he does, he's the greatest heel we've got. And he can get mate. He can get Miz.
Oh yeah.
Miz is the best hit, and he gets stuff over. That Miz Ziggler hasn't been. We all talk about it. I love Ziggler, but he hasn't been relevant since he fought Miz.
I don't know what it is with Miz though. Like Miz,
He's
is-
sort of been a bit.
Miz
He has been
has-
stagnant at
No,
as well.
nothing to do. He hasn't been stagnant.
No, he come back
Oh, no,
to
no,
a
no.
giant pop.
Was it-
Let's,
let's-
let's,
no,
right.
no, no,
let's just start it. Let's take off your Daniel Bryan brain for
I am,
1 second.
I am, right? No, I think
the
since
Miz
he-
come back to a
I
huge
think-
fucking pop.
I think since he's gone to Raw, he's been pretty shit.
No, not at all, not at all. Miz,
I think he has.
Miz,
It's not been as. He's not been. He's not been nowhere near as.
let me finish my fucking point.
No,
Not been nowhere near
Adam,
as good as
shut
when
up.
he was on SmackDown. I hate the Miz.
Shut the fuck up! Let me fucking talk! Jesus fucking Christ! Loose trunks, everyone. Miz. I don't know what it is about him. Like, he's a fucking good wrestler. He's incredibly good on the mic. And he can make a match feel big. But there's just something about him that stops me, in my mind, putting him in the top tier.
Oh, it's stupid.
That's the writers. That's the
No,
writers.
it's not,
that
it's not,
stop.
I don't know what it is.
but he
There's
don't
just
need to
something.
be.
I
Top
don't understand why, because when you look at it last year, we had a conversation as well. You made me actually quite excited from saying Mania. I said that openly. I hated the idea of all those. And one of the matches I thought was fucking shit was Nikki Bella, John Cena, v Maurice, and Miz. And it was actually one of my favourite matches of the night, and it was superb. And the skits going up to it.
This leads
the
me
vignettes were
on
superb.
to another point.
And I think
Could
this is
they
strong
dust
enough.
off the old storyline?
Yeah.
John
I
Cena's
do.
never held the Intercontinental title.
No, I think it's Miz Cena.
Thing is,
Miz
like,
Cena for the IC
think
belt,
Miz Cena.
and then
That could work.
Cena holds that belt for
Yeah.
an entire year. The Miz, by this point, who says it's the year of the Miz, walks into WrestleMania 35 with the Universal title.
Yeah.
thing is,
You have a Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior sort of feud, belt versus belt.
I can't
3
see
years,
that
happening.
3
Far stretch,
years,
but,
no,
yeah.
but 3
I
years
think-
on a bounce, it'd be fucking
It will be
amazing.
great. It will be great.
Cena-
And
Cena
they
with
always
the
have
IC
great
belt for a year
matches.
is boring as
They're
fuck.
great for
what
a
I
match.
mean though, with the
No,
top
it
tier
wouldn't.
thing.
Cena
like,
with the United States title, like Bobby Roode rightly
Yeah.
said, made that title.
Yeah.
Thing is, what I mean with the whole top tier thing with Miz, like, that match, yeah, it was brilliant. But when I think top tier, I think main event, like of Mania. That's what I'm thinking.
But that's because
but does- yeah, but does
that
Miz
is because they
need to
never
be
let him
main
be. They never let him be main event. And
was.
No, no, no.
Main event
Well,
is not this
and he was
It's not
took it
this
away.
bit, come on.
And sadly, and I'm not, and he's completely different because he's a heel. He doesn't have the Daniel Bryan fans behind him or those kind of things to push the status quo, yeah? Like Rusev does and people like that. But the fact
Sorry,
is,
to push the status quo, and all I got was status quo songs in my head.
but for me
Whatever you want.
personally, when you think, right, so if you sit there and think of heels in the company at the moment, who's better than The Miz? Who gets as much heat, who works better, who does everything, and actually, and also helps people out. We can list Damien Sandow was nothing before The Miz. The really is Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel were doing nothing, and we're never going to do anything.
Alex Riley.
Alex Riley was so good under The Miz, and actually a lot of people forget when Miz was in the main event, he was actually fucking awesome as well. But because it was The Rock Cena, no one actually saw what he was doing. It was very much like the straight edge society with CM Punk on SmackDown. No one really saw how awesome that was. No one saw how awesome The Miz was at the time.
I agree with you, mate. The Miz is.
So I've got to speed track you because we're coming right to the end of it. So, who is walking out the winner? I'm going to put my balls on the line, and I think wrestling for once is going to be cool. I want to say it's going to be Braun Strowman, but I don't think that. I think like they're going to piss on him. So I'm going to be bold again, and I'm going to go for John Cena. John Cena to win.
I'm gonna.
It's going to skip me tonight.
Too long. I'm gonna go Roman. I want Balor to win, but I'm gonna go Roman.
I want it to be Braun because I think Braun v Lesnar would be amazing.
Yep, of course.
But it's going to be Reigns. So.
I would love Finn. Braun Lanes would be good because of the simple time that it'd be about a 40-second match, and we probably need it with how many matches we've got on Mania. But I do think it'd be Roman.
And Dave?
This isn't 205, so unfortunately it's nothing to do with Triple H, so it's Vince's decision, so therefore Reigns is going to win it.
And I'm just going to throw out this final statement. But if you want to make my year, Vince McMahon, make Elias win. Please.
Elias Lesnar.
Hashtag Elias want to win.
No.
So, thank you for watching Loose Trunks. I've been your host, Tugboat. This has been my beautiful panel. And we are now officially on the road to WrestleMania!
Stare to the whiteboard.
Wait, no, you're doing it wrong. You're meant to stare at me,
I'm not-
and then I'm going to look past you and stare at her, and then I'm going to kind of point.
Makes sense.
Should we just point at each other?
And then when we realise the crowd ain't buying into this, we're going to look at each other again, and then I'm going to re-point like I'm in the Bee Gees.
Is it a point up?
Stay alive. Ha, 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 ha. Stay alive. Loose Trunks. Da, 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 da. Loose Trunks. Loose Trunks. Da, 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 da. Loose Trunks.
Olympic remix.
Loose Trunks. Loose Trunks.